welcome.
Yo, sup, my dudes.
My friends.
Whoa.
Sorry, just turning down the music for us. Out
I
here.
talked to you guys, but I haven't
Hello.
opened up the chat yet.
What a fool.
I was the one who's late today.
I know, I've been ready
For days.
for days. Gosh. Hello.
Is it Friday?
No. It is Thursday.
Ah, yes. Thor's Day.
The dreaded Thor's Day.
The day of what's his face from Avengers movie.
Yeah.
TM. Owned by Disney. Sup, my broskies?
Hello.
Broskies.
Y'all
That's
are...
the old internet energy, isn't it?
Oh, right, where everyone was a bro. Or whatever.
I guess so.
That
What's
was like
up?
That was a big thing when we were in high school.
Oh, there's La Baguette, Dizzy A, Cat. Yeah, it's chill. Oh my god, there was chatting going on before we showed up.
I know, everyone was super chatty today.
Now that we're here, they're here, we're here. Who's here? Hi
Who am I?
guys. I'm Bones McKay, and I have a new hobby every week.
Yes. Tell us about your new hobby.
Current hobby, I'm a quilter.
Yes.
Can you not? I have a dog who wants to lick every inch of me.
That's what dogs do.
He's
She's just like inching her face closer to yours.
Yup, that's what she do.
You have a test tomorrow? I'm sorry, Kat.
Tapas first, then Webtoon. When I have pages out to format. Hell yeah.
Heck yeah, I'm proud of all of you who are working on your comics. I saw a bunch of you talking about them.
We need to come up with a video topic, right? Because we have
Alright.
to do like. I was gonna plan, but who plans in this day and age?
Who-
Not me.
Who
So if you have any
among us?
questions, we can go off and do a whole video about them. So just give us
Please.
time.
Ask us questions.
What's this comic about? Your comic or our comic?
Whose comic?
Stop giving me those eyes.
Sorry, I'll stop.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the one who's giving me eyes.
You'll have gotten me to actually look at my comic and think about what scenes are necessary. Heck yeah, Tuesday. Your comic? Okay, our comic is called The Magpie. It's about a lesbian love triangle with an elder god.
Yeah. It goes places.
It do.
It goes on an adventure that no one is prepared for. It's horror.
Yeah.
And it'll hurt to read. So be
Yes.
careful.
Be warned.
My story used to be a love story, but now it's about mermaid magical girls fighting for the right to live on land. Damn.
Yes.
It do be like that sometimes.
do be.
Exporting pages, is there a size to keep in mind? Where do you want to export it to? That's the answer.
Basically, because every site has its own specifications, right?
Yeah, every site, every printing thing you want to do.
Yeah, so just go with what they tell you.
A video on how to figure out the central purpose of a scene, please. Damn. That's one, isn't it? You guys always be having trouble with. It's my first live stream. Well,
Aw,
nice to meet you.
welcome. Welcome, my friend.
I have to look up every time 800x1280 is the one to go, and any multiple of that. I don't know what that means, but you do you. Is that like a webtoon thing or something? Probably.
I think so.
Honestly, I've been lost in watching The Dream SMP lately. What does that mean? I'm not hip, so I just draw while I watch. What is it? 1600 by 10,800? Damn, you're like Ursula. Big files gray.
Actually, here, let's look at what size this file is. Where do I find that canvas? This file is 4,961 pixels by 7,016 pixels. That's how big I work in black and white. Because when you're printing black and white, you want it to be crisp.
Crispy bacon.
And then I make it smaller when I post it online. Because that would be a ridiculous file to post online.
Serena, get her.
Don't.
Serena, get her.
Serena, no.
She's just licking the floor.
Hi, baby.
Oh. Our
Hello.
neighbor is bopping again.
Our neighbor do be bopping.
Our neighbor is such a bopper. Oh my god. Can't wait to move away from this neighbor.
They play music so loud that it like shakes the cupboards.
Yeah, well, it was shaking the couch today. Like, I was reading and the couch was buzzing in a similar way to like a rumble pack goes. You're not supposed to stand on the couch. You have to sit.
Serena,
Sit.
be a good girl. Can you sit? Please?
The
Leaps away.
defiance.
She's rebellious.
Ugh, you don't know how to use a couch. You're not supposed to just stand on it.
Learn how to use a couch.
I always work on huge files too. The annoying things in Procreate will restrict how many layers you have.
Right? I know, it's so annoying.
Sit.
But I just...
Sit, you crazy lady.
The way I
Thank you.
normally work, though, is that I'll start a new layer and then merge it down with my previous layers. So it's not too hard if you work that way with the Procreate restrictions.
Hello, Amy.
Hello.
I'm just letting myself get mlemmed, I guess.
This is your fate.
You're such a dork.
She's the biggest dork.
You're such a big dork. You're gonna get so much freedom at the new house.
I know.
Especially when we have the fence in, and then we
Mm.
can banish you to the outside realm with
Exactly.
Matica when you guys are being
You
crazy.
guys can run around in the out of doors.
Anyways, so you guys want to talk about scenes? That's something. What's the big tank in the back of the room? That's Al's tank. He's the blue tongue skink.
Yes. He's very cute.
I need to feed him. I haven't done that in a while.
Oop.
He's fine. It's winter. He doesn't eat as much.
Yeah.
He never eats that much anyways,
Yeah.
but I'm sure he would appreciate it.
Sure, he would love a snack.
I'm currently plotting the part of my story when sort of white passing Asian main character goes to a ball and locally flirts with the friend of the host's husband. That's a lot. I'm sorry. Well, I'm glad you're currently plotting. Powerful. How have I attended so many streams and not heard of the Skink Lad? I don't know. He's been in the background of like the past dozen or so streams. So
Mhm.
that's your loss
Gosh.
for not noticing his achievement of existing. That's another one of my hobbies.
Existing.
No, keeping a skink.
Oh.
The other tiny one in the background was Daphne's aquarium, but Daphne's is gone.
Yeah. Poor lad.
Kick the bucket.
Yeah.
Just wanted to say I think it's very, very cool of you guys to make a tutorial on literally every comic making related topic. Thank you.
Thank you for watching.
Reducing my scenes to as few pages as I can while thumbnailing has been something that's helping me a lot with narrowing down the point of a scene. Reducing my scenes to as few pages. I'm just trying to piece this together. Reducing my scenes to as few pages as I can while thumbnailing. Huh. It's an interesting way.
Mm-hmm.
My sincerest apologies, Bones, and my sincerest... Yes, you should apologize to Al, the forgotten son. He's as old as all of the, like, other... There's, like, a bunch of our pets that are all, like, 3 years old.
Yeah.
He's one of them. Is he not? His birthday is 9/11. It's easy to remember for some reason.
Don't know why. Yeah, he's a good little skink. His full name is Aluminum.
My mom was asking me how I know the process of making a comic. Haven't taken any classes on it, and I was like, McKay and Gray, Mom. McKay and Gray. Oh, thank you. Okay, you're a dog. You dogs need to realize that scratching posts are for cats. They're not chew toys.
No, I think they are.
You can chew them, yeah. You can chew anything in theory.
You can chew anything if you put your mind to it, Dad.
I can, yeah. My dog's birthday is 9/11. Oh, well, there you go. Aluminum. Yes, Aluminum's birthday. Just poppin'.
To be poppin'.
First live stream for you guys that I've been to.
Oh heck, welcome.
Hello.
Welcome to the stream.
We're just vibing right now.
I know.
In theory, I could talk to you guys about scenes, and I know we should because we need to start building up like video backlogs, but man, that's hard. But Dad, I love chewing on the cat scratching post. Yeah, but you have tons of things to chew on, and the cats only have a few scratching posts.
Right? We literally buy you things to chew on.
Yeah. Exactly. Do you know how many tennis balls they have?
So many.
Though, to be fair, we don't let Serena chew on them.
She kind of destroys them really fast.
She's a fast destroyer for such a gentle girl.
Right? She is like the daintiest little gentle girl.
She
Until
like
she's chewing
bites so
something.
softly, and then she destroys things like she just touches them and they explode. It's like Hyrule Warriors, where she just like bops them once and then bang, it's exploded.
Exactly.
Bits
She's
and
just
bobs
holding
going
back
everywhere.
because she loves us.
That's my current hobby, Hyrule Warriors. I'm
Yes.
playing so much of Age of Calamity. My favorite character is Master Koga. He's my boy.
We do love Master.
I'm no longer a Hyrulean. I think down with Hyrule. Yiga clan for life. I don't like bananas, but I will have to learn
You will.
to enjoy them.
Exactly.
A wild pup. I played the demo the other day. I won't spoil it, but it is an adventure.
The ups and downs.
I was screaming through it. It's not like, okay, chasing your tail. It's not one of those. Okay, can you turn the music down in my ear holes? Like, I
Yes.
can't think of my own words.
Oh, no. Is that better?
Thank you. Yeah, sorry, I have a bit of a headache today.
That's fair.
Right. But yeah, it's not what you would describe as a traditionally good story. It has very fanfic energy,
It do.
but it's kind of lovely.
It's fun.
Like, I don't know. There's sometimes where I appreciate it. I've been binge playing Breath of the Wild so much lately. Yeah. Like, Breath of the Wild has a much more coherent story to it.
Yes.
They kind of have the same plot, but one handles it in the most not obnoxious, bombastic, ridiculous way possible.
Yes.
It is incredibly hopeful for a
It-
game about all of them dying.
It is relentlessly hopeful.
I have a fan comic about the Yiga clan character. I've been so afraid to post it. Yiga clan, okay, Koga and what's his face? They're my
Oh,
OTP.
Suga. Is it Suga? Yeah.
Suga?
Yeah.
Koga and Suga, OTP.
Oh my god, they're in love. They're
They're-
boyfriends.
It's literally my favorite types of people. Oh my god. I love relentlessly hopeful stuff. Yeah, it's Breath of the Wild is good because Sidon is hot. There's tons of Sidon
There's
and,
lots of Sidon.
in it.
Yes. I love what's her face? Urbosa. I just want her to hug me.
Yeah. I love the little Urbosa, what's her name?
Is it Riju?
Richu. Yeah, Richu.
Yeah, she's so cute.
It's adorable. And then there's the bird guy. Both
Oh
of
my
the bird
God.
guys suck. Well, one is like my favorite archetype, but like he's so underused and just generic. Like I didn't even think he was like a character.
I totally forgot about him until he showed up. I was like, oh, right, that's the guy.
Yeah.
I don't even
Wow,
remember
spoilers
his name.
are slow.
Sorry.
Yeah, but like his name is Teba, I think. Yeah. Rivali's Gale is now ready. Oh my god. Rivali's such an asshole.
I kind of love Rivali though.
Like, yeah, he grows on me, but it's just like, dude, what is your problem?
He's such a butt.
What got up your goddamn I love Rivali with my heart and soul. Okay. I mean, I won't fight you too much cuz I've decided to like the worst character.
I know, like Teba, I don't remember him. I remember all the other characters. Like I even remember the Goron dude. I don't remember his name, but like the little frightened guy. Never remember Teba. All I remember is Rivali.
Yeah. It's true. I would hate him if I knew him IRL. Yeah,
Oh,
I just
yeah.
don't get like what his problem is. Like, did you think you were gonna get the Master Sword? You're a goddamn bird. I'm sorry, not to be a racist, but like Hyrule has a way of working. Only Hylians matter as far as the Triforce is concerned.
Oh, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, does it not?
Wow. Hyrule, what the heck?
Don't be all sour grapes at Link about this. It's not his fault. I mean, even if birds were allowed to get the Triforce powers, let's be real. Rivali isn't getting it.
No.
You know, you can't be a butthole. You have to have no personality whatsoever. That's how you have courage.
Exactly.
Cass is the best Rito. That's true.
Is Cass the traveling one?
Yeah,
Oh, I do like Cass.
for real.
Oh, Ganon has the Triforce and he's a Gerudo.
Oh, that's true. You're
That's
right.
true.
You
Never
got
mind.
me. You got me there. Triforce of Power can go to the Gerudo boy, but only the boy, because boys are evil.
It's true. It's
It was a world
scientific
of
fact.
girls, and then a boy was born, and the world ended. Like, does that not say anything? Yeah, I just meant, like, Rito isn't gonna get the Triforce of Courage.
I want a Zelda where
We all want
all
a Zelda
Ritos.
where Link is a girl or where Zelda's a boy, but we don't get those things.
never get
We
those
can't
things.
have nice things. You know, we can all dream,
at least
but
we're getting
Rivali shouldn't.
I guess we're gonna get short-haired Zelda.
Yeah, that's true. Short-haired Zelda.
It's not much, but she's pretty cute.
I mean, Zelda is pretty cute.
That's true.
It is fun that you get to play as Zelda in the Warriors game.
Yes.
Okay. But what? Yeah, his name. Oh yeah, his name is Suga. Koga and Suga are dating, and you can't change my mind.
It's true.
Okay, we're both right. He's either dead or alive. There's no confirmation either way on what happened to Suga. So in my mind, he lived.
Yes.
Yeah. Apparently he's in the post-credit sequence, or like the second credit sequence, suggesting he may have survived.
Okay.
Breath of the Wild 2 should let Link take his ponytail down. Ugh, mood.
Yes.
Hello.
Please.
Hello, Mika. Hello. Welcome.
Also, Link with a little bun. So cute. Hi, Serena.
How does Koga exist in the past and the future? That's my question. How did Koga survive 100 years?
That's what I was wondering too.
How can my thick boy?
Maybe he was just really old in
He's
the future.
really old.
Because he's just wearing a mask. You can't see his
That's
face.
true, but he hasn't changed much at all.
No.
What? How does he... I have so many questions.
He's just immortal, okay?
Ninja magic? That's true. He's so bad, Death can't catch him. Old gay ninja. Koga's probably just a title. No! No. They are literally the exact same guy.
Yeah.
There's no way. They're the same guy. Can't... No. I will not accept that they're different people. Sorry, I'm reading about this. I'm trying to find answers. There's not many answers. The name Koga is inherited. Damn it! Are they different people?
Oh no.
No, I refuse.
Same guy.
It's same guy.
They have the exact same personality.
Yeah, and they're the exact same character model. So
Yeah.
maybe they just all you're just destined to look like that as leader. But nah.
I think
I'm gonna just say
Serena
he lived. Okay. Do you want to let her out? Because it's hard to get out of the egg chair.
Yeah, fair.
Serena's got to go out on a date with the snow. What program are you using? Procreate. Remember when you drew Amy with a mouth? Yeah, it was weird. Most games with lore that I play aren't very popular, so I can't nerd out with people like this. Aw, get more popular tastes. I kid. I know exactly how you feel. The egg chair. Yeah, the egg chair is a mystery. I think they're called moon chairs, but it's egg chair forever.
Hello.
He's super powerful. He can even deflect stasis.
Dang.
Damn. I love when you play with him and you use stasis and he gets stasis. He gets a bunch of good clan members to smack him and launch him. It's great.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
Oh my
And he
God.
has like a stressometer, and when it reaches its peak, he lets out a laser blast. And you have to do it, otherwise he throws a tantrum. Or he gets like stuck in the ground. He's just so great. Demo? What's Demo? What?
No idea.
Separate demon from Hans. I found my people. I'm glad you found each other. A music game? All I play is Miku 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 Miku.
We do love the Miku Mikus.
That was my hobby for a week.
Yes. Should play more of that.
I should.
More Miku 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 Miku.
I'm glad you guys found each other. Miku 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 time. Rolling Girl. I beat Rolling Girl in hard mode and then I just stopped. I'm done. Did I beat it on hard mode or normal?
I think you beat it on hard.
Yeah, it was the first one I did on hard. And then I looked at like extra hard. I was like, what is this? I want to keep my fingers, so I stopped. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I hope you aged up.
Yeah. Sucks when you have a birthday and you don't age up.
Yeah, or when you age down.
It's like in The Sims where like you don't blow out the candles. And they take the frickin' piece of cake before you get there with the toddler, so you can't age them up and you have to make another cake.
I can't play most rhythm games because of flashing lights.
Oh, yeah. There are lots of those.
Here's me trying to talk about comics, but all I got is Koga.
I know. Your latest obsession.
I don't even play as him often because I just play as Link because I'm basic.
Basic boy over here.
I get overwhelmed when I have to use a different character.
It's true. I mean, I tried Impa and I'm like, okay, my character.
They're all so hard to use. I love when you're playing on 2-player because the game cannot handle it.
Oh my god, it chugs so hard.
Like the frame rate dips down to like 10 frames a second sometimes. It's like so bad. But you know, I'll sacrifice all the frame rate for 2-player with Ursula
Aw.
so we can both scream
Oh my god.
the chaos.
It's so chaotic. It's really fun though.
Yeah. I don't want to remove too much, but I also don't know what to actually include for what. I was a Phi main or Fee main. Yeah, same.
Oh.
Same energy. Yeah, like I usually like the close combat people. I don't know how to work with like the ones who have more like long range attacks. Like I try to use Rivali, but he's hard.
Yeah.
And the same with
Rivali
like
hard.
Mifa. Like I'm not great with her. But I hate the like heavier like punchy guys, which makes Koga kind of hard for me. Zelda with like her Sheikah tablet thing is so like a mystery
It's
to
so
work.
hard.
She's it confuses me greatly.
The weight feels way off. Where I'm like, I don't
don't know
where
what I'm
this is
doing.
gonna hit. I liked Urbosa. She was good. She's a good like
Yeah, she's
heavy
like
hitter type.
she's more stocky, but
Yeah.
like she's good. I liked her. I don't like either of the Gorons. Like I like Inobu better than the other guy. Daruk.
Oh, okay.
Daruk Sandstorm.
Stop. Stop this instant.
Someone please yell at me to do thumbnails while I'm here. Do
Do
thumbnails
thumbnails.
while you're here.
Do
Is that good?
do
Do them good. They approach writing a script for a YouTube episode talking about comics. Usually what I do is like I break down things into like bullet points and then like go off king. Kind of. I don't know. Like if I script too much, I end up being really stilted. But if I don't have a plan, I just go to space. Like I never find my way back to the main topic, which is probably why I should have like maybe did some bullet points here, like did some pre-planning, but I don't
Mhm.
know. I recently found your channel and I want to thank you for your amazing content. I'm planning on drawing my first comic and your videos are helping a lot. I love you too.
Aw,
Yeah.
thank you for watching.
I feel like I should have a chapter between two very plot heavy ones. I don't know what should happen and I don't know what I don't want it to feel like filler. If you feel like your plot's really heavy, I'm gonna assume a lot of stuff has happened because plot is stuff happening, right? And it does feel like heavy. Sometimes it's okay to just continue with plot. Other times, what you might want to do is be reflective on the plot. A lot of like writing just basically boils down to a thing happened, and now we discuss the ramifications of that thing happening. So like that's kind of how you avoid it being filler, is to look back at what has happened and how that has affected things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like just taking a breath to be like, wow, okay. It's like when like in a story about a dog with muffins and you're making muffins and then the dog like knocks them all off and runs away with one. And like you can't fight him, and then you just take a pause and you look at like the disaster that which was wrought, and you think to yourself, well, here we are. Like, what do I do now? Do I make new muffins? Do I chase him down? Do I go on my inevitable muffin quest? You know, that's where you think. Plot is pretty easy. Like making a good plot, that's hard. But plot in and of itself is just things happening. A lot of the time, people who struggle with plot just don't want things to happen, because things happening is honestly kind of scary. Because when you add things, when things happen, when conflict happens, when change happens, that rattles the status quo, and you might really like the current status quo, and change is hard and scary. And that's why plot is kind of hard, because you have to break things inevitably, and that's emotional.
Yes.
Like you spend all this time making this character, making this like world, and then I come in and I'm like, you know what you gotta do? You gotta flip the table. And you're like, God, no, I set all my pieces down. Yeah, so there you go.
Yep.
No plot, just vibes. I mean, vibes is fine. Like, it's a very fanfic energy. Or not even fanfic. Like, there's some types of media that is just vibing. And I think that's, like, valid as a medium. You know, like Bob Ross videos don't have a plot. I mean, I guess they do, kind of, because there's a beginning, middle, and end. But, you know. Yeah, it's just vibing.
Yeah.
The primary function is vibing, not conflict.
Yeah, you can have something. You can have things change without like it being super. Like.
You are so smart. How long have you been writing and drawing comics? I've been drawing comics since I was 12 years old, and they all suck, and they continue to suck to this day. But I've been writing comics for also that many years, and just progressively adding knowledge to my knowledge bucket, as you nerds might call it, a think pan. Okay, what about you?
I've been drawing comics for a long time.
How many episodes do you guys think you should have prepared before you publish your webtoon? As many as you see fit. I don't know, just think about what your what kind of post schedule do you want to have, and then like try to do a year's worth of work in advance.
That's for some quick math on that, if you want to do like one update a week, there's 52 weeks in a year, so you have to do 52 updates, however long that is, whether that's like a page or an episode for you.
And inevitably you'll get bored while you're making these 52 updates, and then you'll post, and then you'll be like, oh, things are going great, until a car runs through your house, and now you have to deal with that mess, and your comic goes by the wayside as you rebuild your house and sue people. You know, like life happens, so it's good to have a good long buffer. Gives you lots of time.
I would recommend though, if you are someone who does a lot of prep work, as a way to postpone like making your comic happen.
Oh yeah, well, I'm not talking about prep. I mean, make the pages, and once a page is made, you put it away. Okay, just keep moving forward.
Yeah.
Okay, Bones, please don't crash your car into my house. Thanks. I'm sorry, I got a vroom.
Gotta go fast.
I don't know how to drive, but I'm going. My comic is only going to be 5 episodes. If it's 5 episodes, just finish all 5.
Do the whole thing.
There's no use. How much pages of buffer would you recommend to have? Just a year's worth. However much a year's worth is for you, that's usually the good amount.
Yep.
That's the good kush. And if you're really jumpy, maybe half a year, but like I wouldn't do any less than that.
Yeah.
That's how you end up in a sinkhole of guilt and sadness.
Working week to week on comics sucks. Don't do it.
Yeah.
If you can avoid it, avoid it, because it sucks.
And it's easiest to avoid it early on.
Yes, because once you're posting, it's hard to like stop and take a break.
Yeah, for real. Buffers are for cowards. I think not having a buffer is for procrastinators. And I would rather be a coward than a procrastinator. I guess sometimes procrastination comes from cowardice. Fear
Fear,
rather than
anxiety.
cowardice, yeah. I'm trying to make at least a chapter buffer because I get into a sort of depressive period, so I don't want to stop posting because of that. I mean, that's fair. That's kind of like why I start with having such a large buffer, because even when something bad happens, like I have tons to post.
Exactly.
Yeah, and every time I've not had a buffer, inevitably things have fallen apart. Case in point, any YouTube challenge I've done.
Yes.
You didn't have to come at me like that. I'm sorry. It's okay. I'm coming at us all. My problem is I can never stay motivated and continue to finish my plots. They lose meaning or excitement to me. Then I end up making characters and writing new plots, new comic, and the cycle repeats. Only you can break the cycle. I understand that feeling. I get there a lot. It's kind of hard to dig out of that hole, but you need to have that perseverance. You have to find out what's stopping you. If it's just because you get bored of things, I was gonna say sucks to suck, but like it kind of does. Like you have to like reignite that passion in that comic. You can't just like keep making new things to like reignite your passion, because you're never gonna get anything done. So like try to think of like the work in and of itself. You need to try and like be mindful and enjoy the present moment, that kind of deal, and just like enjoy improving on art. Like just try and find the fun in it, and also look forward to things that are new and exciting, like finishing something, you know? That's something really cool and fun. And sometimes it takes work and doing like uncomfortable things that you aren't like super ecstatic for.
I think it's a good idea to examine like what makes you like lose motivation, because I used to think like, oh, I get bored of things easily and just like move on to new ideas and stuff. But the truth is, like, for me, this is very like on brand for me, but I was like, it was anxiety that was getting in my way, because I'd look at a story, I'd get so far in it, and then I'd be like, oh no, it's terrible, I better go work on something else, I'm bored with this one.
Yeah.
So it might not be boredom. Boredom could be like a symptom of something else. But yeah, you also do have to kind of stick your butt in the chair and stick with it, even when it's kind of boring.
Where do you publish / print your colored comics / work? Color is difficult. There's no good print on demand options. We just use like local printers and such, and usually Kickstart, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Color is something else.
It's expensive.
You need a lot of copies for it to be like worth it monetarily.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so pretty.
It's very pretty.
Pets colored comic. I'm good with coming up with plots and character dynamics, but having a coherent story out of them is hard. Ugh, mood. It probably has to do with mental health. Thanks, guide. Need to hear it. No problem. I usually stop because of like depression, I think. I don't know why I stop. I am in the same space as you. Like I cannot finish Avo. Need to work on it. His head against it. Sometimes like I think something that can reignite your like for a thing is like rereading it.
Yeah.
You smell? You do too. I don't know what you smell like though. I've never actually smelled you.
I had a moment of like, oh no, who do I have to go ban?
Yeah, please ban them. There we go. I feel like you can cut some of those out into like, you could do the thing that YouTubers do where they like title the video one thing, but you actually answered multiple questions in it, and you click on that video and you're kind of annoyed because you're expecting that video to be about that one topic for the whole time. But goddamn, I guess we're going into this too.
Heck yeah. That's what we're doing.
I love when they're like super like clickbaity too. It's just like, and then they talk about it for a minute and then they go off.
Yes.
It's 1 a.m. I vibe.
Oh, heck.
You vibrate. Vibrate your way to Canada. Just buzz hard enough to like disappear.
Be like a
and
bee.
then re-atomize.
Oh. I thought they were gonna buzz like a bee.
No,
All the way
I
over
thought they were
here.
just gonna buzz until all their particles like separate and they reform in our living room.
Yes.
Definitely joining
Do
the
that.
Discord after this.
Heck
Hell
yeah.
yeah. Oh, I went for the big heck.
I know, you keep going for the big words. The
Beginning of my
big $10 words.
the beginning of my comic is super edgy. After a while, it's gonna be fluff, but I can't figure out the prologue.
Wait, do you have to do okay, there's like this thing called the Ice Monster prologue where say you have like a fantasy story that doesn't
Why
get
is your okay? I have questions about this one.
Well,
Oh,
let
yeah,
me-
sorry, I know what you're saying.
Okay, let me finish. So, so say you have like monsters in your story, but they don't show up until like halfway through. So you add a prologue with monsters in it to say like, hey, if you keep reading, you're gonna get back to these cool monsters. So does this mean you're gonna have to put in a fluff ice monster prologue to show that eventually we will get to the fluff?
I'm just confused because like that works for like big things, but like signposting that it's gonna be fluffy and then going into edgy and returning to fluff is gonna be whiplash no matter like what you do.
That's true.
Jeez. I'm the writer. Consult me, not this Ursula Gary person.
I've absorbed much writing knowledge.
I can never figure out how to like actually write the story of certain scenes planned out and all my characters fleshed out, but I can't connect the scenes. Well, why have you actually sat down and like written scripts? Because I think that's probably the best place to start. A lot of the time when you're like, I don't know how to write this, you know, the thing is you have to write it poorly first. You know, like are you at the point where you just get like scared of like writing it or overwhelmed and being like, where do I go? Like if you're at that point, just write terrible. Just write awful scripts.
Yes.
Okay, get them out of your system because like having an awful script is better than having none at all because at least you have something to like work at.
That was like there was this article a friend showed me that was called like making awful tables. And it was a guy who like decided to make a table cuz he needed one. So and it was like a horrible table, but it worked. Like it could hold things. He used it as a coffee table even though it was ugly and awful. And then the next table he did, it was like a little bit better. And he was like eventually he worked up to making these like really pretty like dining room tables with like glass tops and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then it went on to say like this is a metaphor for writing as well.
Yeah, you got to make the awful thing first.
Make the awful tables.
Yeah. I will buy all your horrible tables. Good. Any advices for replot a story? I decided to make a smaller and more personal story because it was the epic hyper long story. Cut characters, okay? Cut characters, combine them, just push them in together. If they serve the same role, cut scenes or settings. And as you do that, plot threads should also just kind of become loose and easy to remove. Like it's a lot easier to remove like story elements than it is to like pull a plot out. That's kind of how I squished lots of characters together when I rewrote the plot of my comics. Yeah, definitely squish them together. Try to keep a small cast. That's the best way. My prologue will basically just be Angel falls from heaven. Friend of his says he will get him back into heaven, and then we cut to 2,000 years later, so we can assume that didn't happen. That's good. It's fine. Okay. I'm seeing this a bit. Yeah. Yeah, you'll find characters where you're like, ooh, same function. Meanwhile, 9 point, I'd be like adding multiple characters that have the exact same function, but like I split them on purpose because it makes the world feel bigger.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have any questions for Ursula so that she doesn't feel so sad?
Nobody wants to learn about art.
Everyone's like, tell me about writing.
Hey, listen, Bones.
It's because I never make videos.
I know.
How can a beginner like me handle a story with a huge world? For years I've been making lore and creatures and backstories, and I don't know where to start. Here's an easy one. Write one of your backstories as an actual story. Okay? Like, don't think of the future, think of the past. Sometimes that's the easy way to do it because there's less baggage where you're like, oh, I already know the story. Now fit it into a plot, you know? Write a prequel, but in a way that it is a standalone. That's one idea. Large worlds are really hard to work with. Especially if you're new at writing. By all means, go ahead and write your epic story, but know that it's going to be terrible, okay? Been there a million times, okay? It's going to be terrible because it's really hard to do, especially... It's hard to do if, like, you're deep in the thick of writing, okay? Like, if you're new to it, it's going to be a lot to juggle. So go ahead, like, and do it. You know, when I was playing the Miku 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 game, I was doing pretty okay on normal mode, but I was like, heck it, and I went on hard mode, and I failed dramatically. I got 50 notes out of 1,000, but I learned a lot faster, I guess, because after like a bit of practice, I started to get all of the notes. You know, let yourself panic and fail for a while if that's the way you want to do it. But you can also move slower and steadier by just staying on normal mode.
Fail fast.
Here you go. What are some beginning level inking tips you think should be avoided?
Oh, inking tips you should avoid? I'd recommend avoiding doing
Ursula can actually draw.
Oh, you're right.
You can actually show off.
I'd recommend avoiding doing like chicken scratch lines, so using multiple lines to create one line. So for example, say I'm drawing like Tammy's face. So like instead of doing like lots of like little lines to make her face shape happen. Cause like see how like stiff that is and it makes the line kind of chunky. It's hard to like keep it all the same size. Like some bits are like kind of bulkier than I'd want them to be. I would recommend instead using one line as much as possible. Like obviously sometimes you have to like use multiple lines for something, but wherever you can, use one stroke because you'll get smoother lines. You can be more consistent with like line weight. Yeah, it'll look a lot nicer and a lot less stiff.
As a non-artist, I've noticed that even really sketchy, like chicken scratchy looking comics actually have really fluid lines.
Yes, definitely.
Like you might look at them and be like, but they chicken scratch, but actually they're very intentional about their scratches.
Totally. And like sometimes I'll make things look kind of sketchy, but I'll usually do like a line that I want. And it does mean you have to like erase and redo lines quite a bit to get what you want, but sometimes I'll go back and I'll add in like sketchiness and texture and stuff.
There's another question. Any advice on doing large blocks of ink in your line art like you're doing now, Ursula? Question, question, question. That's something I've been wanting to get better at, and you're good at it.
Oh, thank you. So I definitely, when you're doing like big, like chunks of black and white, kind of figure out where your focus is. Actually, this Amanda one's a pretty good example. So I plan to fill in like all this white space here with some really textured dark lines like that. So Amanda will be like the lightest figure in this panel, where everything else is very dark. Like I've shaded in Trixie and Tammy, and then Amanda will be just this one white patch, so she'll stick out. So I'd recommend finding kind of like what's your focal point. Oh, Serena's barking outside. I'd recommend finding like your focal point and kind of directing everything to that. So that can either be, the focal point can be like the darkest thing on a light background or the lightest thing on a dark background. Try to find other examples of that. You can also use like black and white to kind of direct things. So I have this background where I could have done like a full black fill so that Tammy here would have been the only, would have been like the focal point. She'd be like the white spot on the black background. But I was like, no, I want the direction to go to the next panel. So I kind of followed this line here. So it points to Amanda and then brings you down to the next panel. So I think those are some good ways to look at it. Yeah, you gotta use your negative space. And if you have a character like Amanda who has this who has dark hair, she works really well on like lighter backgrounds when you're showing just like her face. Whereas someone like Tammy and Trixie, who are all very like light colored, you can use them on dark backgrounds a lot more. So yeah, hopefully that helps.
Do you use Procreate for your comics? Have you ever used anything else? I have a hard candy, that's why I sound weird.
Yes, so I currently use Procreate to do all the drawing. I do like the layout and stuff, like the panel lines and the gutters and stuff and speech bubbles. I do that all in Photoshop. I have also used Clip Studio Paint in the past, which I really like. I find I use Procreate just because I really like drawing on the iPad. And it was a very affordable program, and I like how it works. Whereas I also like Clip Studio for drawing comics. And Photoshop I use for color comics just because I like the color profile it does better. And I like Photoshop for typography and text layout stuff.
How do you draw clothes?
Ooh, get reference.
Wow.
Use reference, honestly. Like, study how clothing drapes on bodies. Get pictures of people wearing clothes and just draw the clothes. That is just the best way to learn how to do it.
Yeah, learning drapery is part of it too.
Yeah, definitely. Like,
Stop
study.
Opening and closing the thing with your foot.
Sorry, I have to fidget.
I love you.
I love you too. But yeah, definitely. Yeah, like study how cloth drapes over different things, not just like people, but like different objects, and you can you'll learn how drapery and gravity and stuff works in general.
How do you deal with being an artist but never being considered for art in a group project, or just being considered less good at art?
Oh heck.
Inner beauty.
Inner beauty.
Sorry.
Oh,
that's hard.
That is hard. One, group projects are terrible.
Yeah.
They're not fun for anyone. When you're assigned like a group that you don't work well with, that is just crappy, and I think it's something you just kind of have to learn how to work with people. Yeah, I think that's kind of, you just have to be able to work with people. You can offer to do art stuff, but if no one will take it, then I don't know, what can you do? But that doesn't mean you're a bad artist just because you're working with people who don't want to let you do art portions. I think that's important to remember.
I was interested in using CSP for their 3D models. Would that be helpful, or would it hinder me?
I think it can be helpful.
You have to sit. Sit. You can't stand.
She's doing it. She's doing it. She's jumping off the couch. Okay. The 3D models can be helpful. It can help you kind of nail down a pose that you can't find like other reference for. I think it can also help with just like understanding something in 3D. However, I do know the Clip Studio ones are very like anime and very stylized. And it might lead to things feeling kind of awkward. So I'd recommend to, in tandem, do figure studies and study from life as well, just so that you can get kind of a good understanding of like how things look in reality and then translate that to a stylized thing instead of starting stylized, if that makes sense.
It sounds like they're like a last resort.
Yeah,
Or
I think
middle resort.
middle resort.
Yeah.
They can be used in tandem. I think the
They're
best
probably
thing,
good for buildings.
yes, definitely. Buildings.
More geometric stuff.
Yeah. And if you say you have like characters in like a specific pose that you can't find, like I think that's a good thing to use.
Yeah.
But I'd recommend also just studying from life because that's like the best tool.
Do you have any advice on starting the plot? No, we're asking Ursula questions.
My turn, guys.
Yeah, we have
Mom
to let
said
Ursula.
It's my turn to get
It's
questions.
Ursula's turn with the question. I mean, like my group of friends making things together, I'm always passed over for better artists in the group.
Aw.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm not good with social dynamics.
That's hard when it's friends, cause like.
Have you told them that it hurts your feelings? Because
Oh, yeah.
that would probably be the first start. That's what I learned in therapy, was you have to say, it hurts my feelings. I feel X when you do Y, and I would like Z in return.
Yes.
So it makes me sad when you eat my crackers, and I would like you to stop doing that in the future. And they may not agree with you, and if they don't make this kind of like money move, they don't like change at all, then like get new friends. If they're like, well, you're just bad at art, we don't want you, like,
That's really mean of them.
then that's not really a friend.
No.
But if you tell them that it hurts your feelings and you get a little vulnerable, and yeah, they might not realize.
Yeah.
If they don't realize, then, you know, things are good. If they do realize, then they're not great friends.
Yeah, exactly. And they're just, I don't know,
Yeah.
using you for whatever.
And more artists, the merrier. God.
Literally. There's so much opportunity for artists to work together.
There's
Like,
so much
find
work
people,
that needs done.
Find people who want to use your work because you are a lovely artist.
I usually draw the hair too massive. Any tips for proportions?
Draw from life.
Life.
Life. Sometimes it can help too when you're having like proportion issues to like draw it out, then put it down for a little bit and take like a step away. Because sometimes when you're first drawing something, you kind of get too in the weeds, and it's hard to see kind of like the bigger picture. So sometimes just putting it down for a day and coming back, you can kind of catch when you have a problem. And it's good when you realize that you have a problem, like I'm drawing hair too big or something.
I'll just say all your characters are from the 80s. Solved.
Done.
It's the 80s. It's supposed to look
It's
big.
supposed to.
It's just hairspray. They're anime. Anime 80s.
Yes.
I'm beginning to make comics in black and white. Wait. When beginning to make comics, is black and white easier than color comics? Yes.
Yes.
It's
Black-
one large thing less to worry about.
People treat color like it is like one step. It is like multiple steps.
So many steps.
Like it's like tripling the amount of work you have to do. compared to black and white.
And it costs triple the cash to print it.
Exactly.
Which is a headache because then you can't deal with print on demand, which is like when you're starting out, because you don't have to deal with managing a stock, which is the whole thing.
See, what you gotta do is start with black and white until you make it big, and then you hire a colorist.
How do you ink trees without them looking stinky?
Oh, what are you? I'd have to see these trees. I'm not sure how to help you. I'm sorry.
How do you deal with character design? I feel like I keep changing what I want and color scheme. I feel like I have been doing character design for weeks and not getting a solid design.
I find it helps to have like a really solid understanding of the character before you go into design. Like, it is hard because a lot of design is really subjective. Because you can have a whole bunch of different like shapes and colors and design motifs like mean different things. But it's really important to understand like what would my character wear, what's their personality, what purpose do they have in the story. Because if you have, say, like, because a main character is going to have like a very different design than, say, a side character or a villain. I usually start with like, here's their personality, here's their function, and then I go from there. And so I'll be like, okay, I have a main character. She's really sweet and motherly and affectionate, so I'm going to use very like round shapes with her. And okay, so what are some colors that are like motherly and affectionate? Well, why not like pink and yellow, like pastels and stuff like that, and go from there. And sometimes I'd say like once you make a design, like
have someone else look at it too.
Yes, get other eyes on it so they can tell you like their impressions of this character, because sometimes you might see a character and be like, ah, yes, they are stoic and dark and cool, and someone looks at them and they're like, they look like a dork.
Okay, next question.
Anyways,
there's a lot on character. What helped you create backgrounds that felt like your more exaggerated characters actually existed in?
Oh, I think it's really important to like nail down your style and do lots of design work for your backgrounds. That helps a lot with 9-point. I guess it helps with Magpie too, because I'll draw backgrounds, but I'll ink them in the very same like heavy stylistic way that I'll say draw the characters, or like really moody stuff like this background I'm working on, and I'll just like apply that on top of my backgrounds. But it definitely helps to like design out your background and give it as much personality as when you're designing your character.
Background settings are characters in and of themselves.
Exactly.
That's important to know when you're writing scenes too. That's why adding settings also increases everything.
Yes.
Back to the tree question. Do I just attempt inking them how I'd ink a character? How do you make a tree look like a tree? I am small brain.
I think you should. It's hard because you want to ink your backgrounds the same way you'd ink your character to a degree. You want the focus of the panel to be the focus. So if you have like say two characters standing in front of these stinky trees, you'd probably want to draw the characters in the foreground with like thicker lines, where the trees in the background you might want to use thinner lines to imply that they're further back. It depends on the mood. Like, you can add lots of like rendering and shading, or you can leave them very like gestural in the background if you really don't want people to focus on the background. You can try inking them like you'd ink a character. Like, I think if you're trying to figure it out, I'd iterate on it. So do like a test run and be like, okay, I'm going to ink my trees just like my character. If it still looks stinky, try like, maybe I'll use thinner lines. Maybe I'll do something more kind of gestural, and just keep iterating until you have something you like.
Draw a forest of stinky trees until you find one that smells of pine. Okay. Any tip on choosing a color palette? How do you pick one that's not too restricting?
I mean, sometimes restrictions can lead to creative ideas, but I know what you mean. Uh, it helps to. I find it's hard because, like, depending on your comic, you can use a variety of like colors and types of colors and stuff. To like you create different moods and use them for different settings and stuff. I'd recommend I like one thing I do is I tend to apply like I guess like a treatment to all my colors. So like say like I don't know, for say like a kind of like gloomy comic, I might make everything like a little bit desaturated and use kind of like more cool tones because I can still have like a yellow, but I can make it a bit cooler, for example.
Make your comic black and white. You don't have to deal with anything.
True.
Done. Fixed it.
Fixed it.
Sorry.
But but yeah, but it totally depends because like for something like 9 Point, like I'm using like a whole bunch of different tones because like we have some
It's
like
an adventure.
yeah, but that's like a huge comic where it's gonna have lots of different settings and stuff because I have some like more earthy like forest scenes, and then I have like a more pastel kind of like castle scene, and then there's like a really dark cloudy like mystical scene, like
Yeah.
so you can go all over. But yeah, I'd recommend kind of giving all your colors a treatment so that they're not clashing with each other.
I have a really good question
What
that
is
you'll
it?
go off about.
What is it?
When I'm making comics, how do I make sure the reader reads the bubble correctly?
Oh heck. Okay.
That's
Let
a
me show
really
you.
important one.
That's really important. I will show you, my friends.
Learn the way of the booble.
Wait. Oh no! Oh, damn it.
What did you do?
I put it on the same layer.
What did you put on the same layer?
This bottom panel is on the same layer as the sketch. Oh.
That's fixable. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's fine.
Anyways.
You just have to get rid of the one color. Right?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I could just like...
Because it's black and white. Because if you just look for everything in the soft gray range,
True.
you can
Okay.
just delete it pretty easy.
Fair. Okay. So to...
I'm just thinking like you could just magic wand it like really easy.
I guess that's true. I just had a confused moment of like, where did my one bubble go?
Me, I'm just radical acceptance. I got this. I've been to therapy. Whatever happens, happens. It is what it is.
You gotta be flexible.
Zen.
Anyways, so just putting that there. So I don't
Back to the
forget.
bubble question.
Back to the bubble question. So how do you make sure which bubbles get read first? So what you need to pay attention to is the flow of your comic. So generally, obviously flip this if we're talking about like manga where it's read right to left. But in this case, generally in English speaking comics, it's read left to right. So the eye of your reader starts here, and they're gonna read like this. So they're gonna zigzag back and forth between your panels. So you want to do everything you can in your layout to make sure that they go from the first panel to the second panel to the third panel to the fourth, etc. And bubbles are a very important part of this. So if you have bubbles, to ensure that people read them in the right order, you want the first bubble, let's say there was like 5 bubbles on this top panel. You'd want your first bubble to be the highest and most left of the bubbles. And from there, you can kind of go wherever you want, but they kind of have to follow a path. You can't have your first bubble be like down here, and then the second bubble you want red up here, and then the third one to be like over here, because like people are gonna get confused. They're gonna read this one as the first one, this is the second, and this is the third. So yeah, so keep that in mind.
Even
whenever.
in that one, like 2 and 3, I'd be debating.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, because if they're at the same level.
True, because
Up
this one's
high.
higher.
Yeah, higher, but yeah.
It's true.
It's higher, but on the further side.
You can do a little. You have a little wiggle room with your bubble tails. So I could have, say I have a character over here, like off screen. I could have their tail lead from the top left over here. It would be kind of weird. I wouldn't recommend it.
I would, if that was the case, I'd assume that 2 is happening as 3 is happening.
Yes.
Or that 2 is being spoken over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. So you can do a lot with your bubble tails, with the placement of your bubbles. You can do fun things like having bubbles like interrupt each other. That was like a favorite of mine for a long time. You can have two people speaking and then this one kind of like pops over this person's dialogue. But yeah, so there's lots so placement is really important. Yes.
Okay, for the question, like, is it okay to do Japanese format if it's why would you do that? Like, if you can find a justification for it, like, sure, like maybe you're trying to like get that manga vibe, but the reason that Japanese comics are that way is like that's how you read Japanese.
Yeah, it's
and the
red,
bubbles
left,
tend
right
to be
left.
the bubbles tend to be really tall too,
Yes,
because it's like up
everything's
and down.
yeah, it's written vertically, whereas like ours is written horizontally.
Yeah. It just is kind of, it would be a little weird to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can do it. Like, there's no comic police that are gonna like kick your doors in and steal all your tablet pens. But like, I don't know. It for the most part, you probably just confuse a lot of readers.
Basically.
Yeah. Comic police open up.
We
Do you have a warrant? How long of a break from a comic is too long? 10,000 years. Like a break from a comic? What do you mean? Like break from updating or break from working on a comic? There should be a comic police? No, there shouldn't be.
No.
We don't need more
ACAB.
police. All comics are bad. Sorry. A break from working on a comic. Okay. How long is too long to break from working on a comic? I go years without touching certain novels. But whenever I return, I end up like rewriting things really strongly.
Yeah. Sometimes you just need a break.
You know, like when you're just discovering and you're just vibing, you know, whatever feels right. Sometimes I throw a novel away and I'm like, this is in the trunk. This is done. And then I like a grave digger, find it again, unearth it, and bring it kicking and screaming, all corpse-like and zombified into the world. And with my necro magic, I bring it to life, and now you can read Honeywalls. There you go. Such a mood, Bones. Yeah, it's really a mood. Do you make character sheets for smaller side characters?
I'll usually just draw like
Enough for Bones to approve.
basically. Like it's not like a full-blown like turnaround, but it'll be like a quick sketch of what they look like and then
I'm so ready for 9-point volume.
I
Issue
know.
3.
Heck yeah.
It's the big one.
No.
Big boy stuff is occurring.
I'm excited.
Plot is happening.
Yes.
Normalcy
Big plot.
set. Plot, let's go.
Let's go.
How much characters is too much? In the case we want to make a smaller plot. Main characters 2 is good. 2 to 3. With your third character being like not having their own plot and being like a major character that's supporting. but 2 to 3 essential characters, and then you can do maybe like handful of side characters. And like for side characters I wouldn't, maybe like 3. Obviously you can have like spear holders, which are like the name for like characters that don't really have dialogue or don't exist. They're just scenery. They're like extras on a film.
Yeah.
Like you can have those. Like they're not really characters, but yeah. Keep small.
Itty bitty.
Oh no, I have a cast of 10.
Oh no.
I mean, that's fine. Unless they're all main characters, then you're not fine. Nothing is fine. You've messed up, dear, my dear. The candles are mushrooming. I'm gonna go deal with that.
Get these mushrooms out of my candles. Serena, where are you? Oh, my dog causing trouble. Is the cookie mask a good name for my comic? Sure. I'm having trouble with character design. I feel like my designs are too bland and basic. My friend tells me they're over-designed. Oh, heck. I'm not sure. I'd have to see them. I'm sorry. Show them to more people. Get more opinions. I find when you show things to people and you get like, if you get wildly different feedback from every person you talk to, like, go with your gut. But if you start getting the same feedback from people, like if you talk to like 3 different people and they all say it's over designed, then maybe start to think like, okay, maybe it is over designed a little bit. Maybe I gotta pull back. But yeah, I'd search for more opinions. Not a comic question, but a 16 characters, not all mains, that would be chaos. Too many for a novel. Avo? See, there's Tria, Aaron.
There's the main 6.
I think that tells you something. The main 6.
Yeah, there's. Oh, I guess
Yeah.
it's the main 7 because there's also Selene.
Yeah.
And then there's Donnie 7, Viren 8, Kamiri 9, Shavera 10, Ekuto 11,
Leo.
Singe,
And
Beset, Carvel, Lul. Oh, I forgot about Lul Aurora,
Aurora,
Leah.
Nikki.
Oh, right, Nikki. Yeah. It goes on. That's fine. But that's also a trilogy, so maybe you are screwed.
I mean, it depends how big these roles are. Like, if you have some background characters that are part of the 16, that's like whatever.
Avo is nothing compared to 9 Point. I'm currently sitting on 78 characters.
Oh my god. I'm reading a comic with months and seasons as characters. Some of them will be implied to exist and not do stuff. Oh, okay. Oh, a novel, right? Right. Oh yeah, that's fine. It's like, you probably don't want 16 characters who have full plot arcs and get major focus. That would probably be too many. Unless you're planning to do like a huge, like, 10-book series. How do you come up with names for your characters, Bones?
I'm eating.
Oh. Honestly, okay, one, baby name registry things. I love looking on those, finding all the cool names. Also, sometimes you just name a character, like, this happens in RPs a lot, where we'll make up a character and we'll be like, their name is Tracy, and then that's their name, and it sticks after a while. I'm working on a quad of short stories of fantasy grim tales. It's my New Year's goal to create at least one into a comic. What's a good starter point and how long it could take? That is a good question, my friend. Um, I'd one thing about like comics and versus prose is that comics, you can do a lot more in prose in a smaller amount of space than you can with comics. So just keep that in mind. Because like a 300-page comic, the story is actually shorter than a 300-page book, if that makes sense.
I'm trying to find my list of characters.
I'm really scared to start my passion project graphic novel. I'm afraid my art skills aren't good enough for a story I hold so dearly.
Just make it bad, okay?
Just make it bad. You can always remake it.
Yeah.
You can always trunk
Life's
it.
too short to be precious, okay? Nothing's perfect. Nothing is good. Art sucks. Just embrace it.
Exactly.
I wrote, you know, some bad stories exist and they have love.
Heck
Okay,
yeah.
people love them. Okay, how many characters is 9?
You're also going to improve as you work on it.
77 is where I'm sitting at.
Good lord.
I have a big like chart with all of them. Can't wait for you to design every one of them.
Heck yeah.
Who's Licorice? They're like extras, most of them.
Yeah, like sometimes you have a character who's like one line.
Like this one, Badger.
Yes.
Badger, Licorice, Mr. Dover, Mrs. Dover, Mrs. Ash, Bearclaw.
Ballpoint pens are great to sketch in.
Ballpoints are my jam.
I would recommend them actually.
Yeah, ballpoints are really good
Mm-hmm.
because they're good because you can kind of use them like pencils, where you have like layering and I don't know, pressure really affects them. But unlike pencils, you can erase, so it makes you iterate a lot.
Yes. So ballpoint pen is great for sketching.
Ice Lace, Sir Biscuit,
Biscuit. I love all the names in 9 Point.
King Mittens, Sir Feathercatcher. Okay, you've lost me, guys. I'm sorry.
Hello, what are you drawing? We're drawing our comic.
We.
We.
I love that I'm included. Oh, Boots.
Boots.
There's a cat named Boots.
Heck yeah.
9 Point's
There's a
funny
cat
because
named
like
Boots.
I'll have characters that have the same name, like multiple characters with the same name, and I do not care to change it because I'm like, people have the same name in the world. And unlike a novel, I don't have to worry. Most people know characters by their appearance, not their names.
That's true. Oh my god, I'm gonna have a comic and every character is gonna be named John.
It's like 9 Point. Well, no, what's not 9 Point? Sovereign. Everyone's named Robert. It's multiple Roberts. Robert the rabbit, Robert the girl, and Robert the boy. There used to be a whole shebang about everyone being Robert. Who's Robert? I'm Robert.
I love that.
Robtar. We don't ship either Robtar because one, they're brothers, and the other one, no. He's so mean to her. And the rabbit, no.
I mean,
no
I
Robert.
kind of like girl Robert and boy Robert.
But that's Bert.
Bert.
I'm talking about the ship Robtar.
Oh, Robtar.
Robtar is never a good ship.
No.
Bert is fine.
Oh.
Bert's a good ship. But also it's not because Robert's married.
Yeah. Well.
Also, isn't he like older than her?
Oh.
I don't know how old is Robert. Which Robert?
Wait, no, he's younger than her, isn't he?
Oh, right, because she's like Zoltar's age.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I know. He seems older because he's more responsible. But he's the baby.
She's responsible. She's an entrepreneur. There's at all my month/season characters with their month/season names. It's perfect. Poor pancakes.
Bert does sound like a Muppet noise. Or Bob.
I just like making ship names for my characters.
It's the best.
Tammy,
I love Tammy.
spelt like Tammy.
I'm like, I'm like, get Walter out of here.
Or I guess they could be Amy.
Am
Um,
Tam.
you know how like 5 streams ago you said to practice drawing circles since I said I was bad at them? I do remember that.
Oh yeah.
Are you good at them now?
Did you get good?
Or did you get worse? Did our
Did it backfire?
they're actually okay now? Hell yeah. See? It's how it works.
That's how it works.
Me in therapy, and they just keep reiterating like it's okay to make mistakes. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I tell everyone to mess up all the time.
Yells at therapist.
Oh my god. I lost it in therapy today.
Oh no.
Ugh. They were telling me to be self-compassionate, and I'm like, I am. I'm like, I know I sound depressed. I don't hate myself. I hate the world. And they were like, you know, shame and guilt is like hard to overcome. And I'm like, oh my god, I could just stop.
It's like
I don't want to say like I never feel guilt, because obviously like I feel
Well, yeah.
guilt sometimes. It's good, you know. It's like feeling pain. It's good for you to feel pain, because otherwise you wouldn't stop touching the hot stove. But like, God, you know, like I'm a very compassionate and lovely person. I have a pretty high self-esteem, I think.
Bones, I feel like they think that your plot is like internally driven, but your plot is like externally driven.
Literally.
Yes.
Like, yeah, I need to accept that the world sucks and learn to live in it. That's my struggle. It's not like I hate myself. I'm a wonderful person who has to live in this goddamn nightmare. Ugh, I became self-aware and I hate it. You know, I want to be ignorant. I want to know nothing and be happy. Do you prefer ship names that are names mashed together, or ones that focus on the character themes? I'm terrible at making theme names. I just mash them together because they usually sound funny. What's Amanda and Magpie's ship? Amanda Pie.
I was gonna say Magmanda.
They're ice queens.
Oh, you're right.
I love Amanda and Magpie. I ship. I don't ship.
You're
But I
not.
ship. I don't ship. Like, on an ethical level, I don't ship. But on a, oh my god, this is fun to write level, hell yeah. You know? It's like how I don't want to kill people, but, you know, writing it's real fun.
Oh my goodness.
I have high self-esteem. That's like what everyone with low self-esteem says. I have it. I have a giant-ass ego. I am Koga. I am the master of the Yiga clan, okay?
Oh my god. Exhibit A, Bert. Yes.
I make mistakes. I fail. I fail constantly because I'm the villain. You know, that's what we do. We fail and we learn to accept that and we keep trying. You know, Team Rocket, that's my inspiration. That's my idol. And obviously, I don't mean the organization Team Rocket. I mean the little offshoot with the talking cat Team Rocket. Giovanni can suck my big toe. I don't like the bourgeoisie. With his goddamn giant cat. Who even is that cat? I don't know what's going on. Hey guys.
I like that rant.
Yeah,
It
thank
was
you.
a good rant.
Kogakins in the chat rise up. Koga.
Oh my god.
You know, I have doubts about myself, but like I think I'm good at writing. I'm smart. It's really easy to have, okay, maybe it's not actually, but it's pretty easy for me to have high self-esteem because self-esteem tends to be externally driven a little bit, like in the way that like social media can have a really negative effect on your self-esteem. But like people are constantly telling me that I'm great and changed their life. So like, you know, I believe it.
Yeah, but I get the same treatment and I don't believe it. I always think I'm a poopy, stinky lady.
Well, yeah, like there's obviously some things you have to do for yourself, for your self-esteem. But like how I hold myself, like my esteem for myself, I think I'm an esteemed individual. Like I have self-doubts and things I struggle with, like obviously, but I just deal with the fact that I have flaws, and sometimes it makes me upset I have flaws, but it doesn't make me a bad person. I just get upset because I'd prefer not to have these flaws, and I find them more frustrating than like thinking of them as like a negative aspect of myself. I don't know if that makes sense.
I get that. Because I find, like, because I've been working on my self-love stuff,
Yeah.
right? With my therapist. So, like, I'm finding, like, it's less, like, end of the world when I come face to face with my flaws.
Oh, it's therapy time, guys. I'm sorry.
Shoot. but I do know that feeling where it's like, I know I need to change this. Arg.
Well, it's not even I need to change this. It's like, for me, I don't know. Here's one that like I'm over, like I don't really care about, that I was able to kind of just accept about myself, and I'd like to get that way with other things. But like I lose things all the time, and it's just like, I guess like it's just a character trait. It's not even a flaw, like it's just something that I've learned to accept about myself. And some people are like, just change it, and I've tried, and it just makes me miserable to try because like I just can't do it. It's not within like the realm of things that I can do. And learning to just accept that about myself and just like embrace other good traits about me, like it's cool. I can be a forgetful person. It's cool. Whatever. I'll live. But other things, like I just haven't gotten to that point where it's like I recognize that this is a trait that like I really can't change. And if I want to change it, it's like an upward battle. Like it's going to be years before I can like make any headway on this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then I think
Happens
about
fun.
like systems and things, and I just get frustrated because like you can't just will yourself, like as an individual, like you have to try your best, but like sometimes your best isn't good enough because of the way that things are set up, and that it's upsetting. It's like disability. Like there's two models for it. Like there's the one where it's like a disability is like an individual failing, as opposed to the other way to look at it, where disabilities are failings of society to not accommodate different people, and you're just say the society causes disability rather than it being like a personal thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because it wouldn't matter if you're a wheelchair user if everything is wheelchair accessible.
Yeah, exactly. It's no longer a disability. Yeah. Sorry. There you go. And that's the kind of stuff that makes me upset, where I'm just like, not everyone can pull themselves up by their bootstraps. And I get just frustrated in therapy. Like I know like everything they're telling me is good, and like I need to think individually, but I also just get frustrated where they're like, it's okay all the time, and I'm like, sometimes it's not okay. Like I get that it's okay to not be okay, but I don't need to be told it's okay all the time. Can I just, it is, that's all I'm at, where sometimes life just is, and sometimes life sucks, and like it's okay to feel bad, but the thing in and of itself is not okay. Does that make sense, where my frustration comes from? Where it's like, okay, if your dog died and they're like, it's okay. It's not okay that the dog died. Okay? I'm very upset about this, and it's not going to be okay. What's okay is my feelings, and it's okay to not be okay, but the situation in and of itself is not okay. And I just find it dismissive when in therapy, like you bring up anything, and you're upset about it, and they're just like, it's okay. I'm like, no, it's not. Stop telling me how to feel. It just gets so heated. And I'm just the worst. I'm the worst person in therapy because I'm difficult. Is that self-esteem? Is that self-compassion? Saying I'm the worst person in therapy. Toxic positivity. Yeah, totally.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I find it as. And part of the problem is in group therapy, they can't go really in depth. You're not the worst. It totally makes sense. No, I'm joking. Like, I don't actually think I'm the worst. I just think I'm the worst in that situation, and not that I as a person am the worst. It's just like, this is a situation where I don't fit in really well. Like, the situation and me don't line up, so I therefore am the worst. But like, obviously, like, I'm a fine person. I don't fit well.
Sometimes you gotta be your own fandom.
It's like if I was suddenly put in like if I suddenly was just like, I found myself in like a PhD level like physics thing that I had to do. Like, I have to do that, and I would just be like, I can't do this. I'm the worst at this. Okay? Like, I'm the worst possible person you could put in this situation. Like that's not a personal failing of me, and I'm not a bad person, but in this situation, I am the worst that you could have. Or like, oh, Bones, I need you to go speak on behalf of like, I don't know, just talking about something like I literally know nothing about. Yeah, it's just me and the situation don't match up. And I think I get like extra heated because I just don't like CBT, because it always comes down to like, I think it's like extra frustrating for me because I have a lot of difficulty with wording things properly all the time. If you don't notice, like, I'll stutter, I'll use the absolute wrong word, like, and you know what like I actually mean.
Mm-hmm.
But CBT, it's like, if you say the wrong thing, they like needle into you. Like, if you say but instead of and, they're just like, you shouldn't say but. You're like, oh my god, I know. I'm sorry how heated I am. CBT sucks. My brain is too small to even go there. Ugh, I just can't with it. Because, like, all of the things, like, I already know them and I practice them, and they don't believe you.
Oh.
Because, like, you're like, well, they're like, you're here because you're crazy, right?
How professional.
Okay, they don't actually say that, but that's the vibe, where it's like, you're here because you need help. And therefore, you're probably not doing the things that we're talking about. And I'm like, I do these things all the time. Every time I say never or always, I, like, will caveat it. I'm like, well, obviously I don't mean always in, like, the actual sense of the word. I'm being hyperbolic in it. Obviously, I don't always get, like, this situation occurring, but like a large amount of the time. It's just like reprogramming yourself, and then you just overthink everything. And then it like really gets in the way of like me communicating like my actual feelings with like CBT therapists, I guess, is kind of where I get. Where it's like, I'll just try and talk about my feeling, and they're like, wow, it's interesting that you said that word. And you're like, oh my god. Like, I understand that you can intuit like thoughts and like emotions based on like what words people use, like, and how they phrase things, but I'm like, I'm not like other people. I'm different. I got high self-esteem.
I'm not like us
I'm
boys.
built differently. What is CBT? It's cognitive behavioral therapy. It's helpful, okay? Like it is helpful. And if you don't know a lot about it, like it can actually be really good for you. And I have gotten a lot out of it. It's kind of looking at your thought patterns and changing and challenging your thought patterns in a way that starts to make them change over time. And it really helped me, and it definitely helped with like my self-esteem. It like got rid of a lot of like perfectionism and like guilt that I felt a lot of, like especially in school, and just like never feeling like I'm enough. But like I don't feel that way anymore, and it's difficult to explain how I can feel like I'm enough as a human. Like I'm a great person. I'm super creative. Like I'm heckin' cute. You know, I have like all these good vibes. I have nice thought patterns. When I'm sad, I'm like, I'm so sorry you're feeling this way, Bones. Like I show myself self-compassion. Like even when I'm like having like a huge meltdown, there's a voice in my head that will be like, Bones, sweetie, I love you. I'm sorry that you're going through this. Like, I'm a nice guy, but the world still sucks, and like I need to figure out how to cope with it. And like the thought patterns just makes me like overthink things and get frustrated. And I also, because I have a lot of trouble communicating, because for one, I get really shy, and I'm really guarded with my emotions. It's funny because like you guys probably don't think that because I ramble on about it to you, but the opposite. I'm literally the opposite person when I'm in therapy, where they're like never open up, never talk about anything. Yeah, I don't know. My therapist never really nitpicks my wording, so that's a plus. But he's been a therapist for like 5-6 years, so lots of time and trial and error. Both of my therapists have been therapists for 15 years. Like I don't know. Okay, my one therapist, I really like it. Like individual therapy is really different than like the group therapy thing.
Yeah.
Bones, just tell your therapist to watch your streams. Well, they're like group therapy. Group therapy, like apparently it's either like completely unstructured and chaos, or it's like a lecture. And like every day it's a lecture, and if you have like a mental breakdown, like they'll offer to like talk to you afterwards, but they don't want you to get into any specifics about like any of your problems, because it's like a generalized helping and like adding to your toolbox. Oh, he's been your therapist for 5-6 years. He's been a therapist. Okay, sorry, I misinterpreted that. Bones isn't like other CBT patients. They can implant positive training into his daily life. Oh my god. So what is the point? It's about building a toolbox. And if you don't know all these CBT things, it's cool. Because most people in my therapy group, speaking vaguely because confidentiality, but they're like really happy with what they're getting out of it, and like at the end of the session they're like, I learned this and I'm gonna implement this, and at the end of the session I go like, I don't know, I knew all this, but like I guess a refresher is always good because I try to stay positive. Bones, you take CBT? CBD? Group therapy sounds like those social skills classes I was forced to as a kid. It was like all common sense and pretty boring. Yeah. But I don't want to quit because they're like, oh, just showing up is good. And they keep being like, oh, that's an interesting question. I think we might get to that later. I'm like, oh, really? Cool. Yeah. Like, I think one, I guess, thing that I got out of it, like, is isn't from CBT. It was from the DBT thing, which is like the radical acceptance thing, which I guess is what I am struggling with, where like radical acceptance is like that really zen thing where you're like, well, this is what life is, and shrug. It just is, and I can't get to that point right now. Full of righteous indignation about everything. Sounds childlike. Can you do inking with black and white and only color your main characters? That might be cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, do whatever you want.
Heck yeah.
Radical acceptance is so hard. I've been working on it for years now. Yeah, like I think I practice a lot of radical acceptance on the day-to-day for small things, but like the larger concepts, like I'm having a lot of trouble just existing in the present and accepting what it is.
It's a difficult present.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot to deal with. And they're like, you just gotta like be in the present and feel what you feel.
I know the feeling though where it's like, I don't want to be in this present. It sucks.
Well, I don't want to be in the future either. Like, I just don't want to exist.
Oh no.
That's my problem. I'm sorry, guys. But like, I'm working on it.
Heck yeah.
Like, I want to exist. It's just, damn, like, man, what an adventure this world is, isn't it?
For real.
Yeah. I've been trying to find the beauty in the little things. He sighs. Trying to enjoy the journey. It ain't about the destination.
Heck yeah.
Anyways, I got Ursula cat cups.
Oh yeah.
It's a little
Kitty
kitty
cup.
Pete. You get that existence. Hell yeah. Have you seen the new movie Soul? No.
No.
I don't watch movies ever. Never seen one in my life.
He does not.
I think it's really inspiring for that kind of concept. Maybe. The song slaps. Yeah, they all slap. The destination I care about is Final Destination on Smash Bros. So I can kick butt. Hell yeah. I envy Air to be without a body and a brain in our current reality. Sounds amazing. God. Didn't we look at those cups on a stream before, like on Amazon? Yes, and
We
I
did.
obtained them.
He bought them.
I got the little Pete cups.
They're so cute.
I want to see them full of milk.
I know, because they're... Yeah, I think you're supposed to fill them with milk, because they're...
Because
Then,
then,
then it's all white.
yeah, then it'd be
the
all wet.
pattern on
Wait,
top.
yeah. I love these cups so
But I
bad.
don't like to drink
They
milk.
have a little paw print at the bottom.
Oh, they do.
What about like a milky chai?
Oh, that I could do.
Yeah.
A little ice chai.
Or like one of those like vanilla bean blends from Starbucks.
Oh, yes.
Strawberry milk, but then it won't be white. Like
Has to be
it
white.
needs to be a white bevy.
Oh, eggnog in this would be so good.
Oh, that's true. Get that nog.
Gotta
nog
get
it
that
up.
nog. I need these right now. They're so good. Pink cat also cute. Fair. That's my dream.
Yeah, but I like the orange being pink.
True. That is, yeah. If I would love.
Ursula's persona is
Shut
like
up.
a
Don't tell them.
calico with pink heart spots instead of orange ones.
Listen. She also has angel wings and a unicorn horn.
Yeah. Doesn't she have like double set of angel wings?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Ursula Sona.
My persona is uwu metal as hell.
Yeah. Her and Calamity have the
Yes.
same energy.
Yes.
And then we have like our more down to earth us fursonas. We have 2 fursonas. Like we have a space sparkle fursona each, and then we have like our down to earth business put on glasses, do a little type in arty art.
Yes. I think someone was asking about your fursona, Bones.
Who was?
I don't remember. Someone mentioned it.
I should give in and make myself a fursona already. All my friends already call me a
Do
furry.
it. Make
Girlfriend assigned me with a deer coyote hybrid. A deer business in the front, party also in the front.
it.
Ursula the art.
Yes. Yes.
You know whose fault it is? It's mine.
He's the one who's disturbed.
Ugh, I get Amanda on a spiritual level.
That's how you feel right now.
I kin Amanda. I'm Amanda kin. I too am stuck in an eternal winter. How much time does it take you guys to make one episode? It takes Ursula years because she never adds the dialogue to it.
Should've
Because she has like 2 episodes she could post.
probably 3 at this point.
I want to beat her with the fluffy baton. That makes like a squeak noise. Like squeak.
Imagining like a little cartoon hammer.
Yeah. But it's floofy.
Yes. See, what I need to do, you need to sit me down at this desktop and then make me put all the pages into Photoshop and add text.
Yeah, you can do that after the stream.
No.
Can't go to bed until you're done.
No.
One episode.
I want to sleep. I'm tired.
Well, you better get to work then.
No.
After the stream.
No.
I mean, the stream's gonna end in an hour. Don't leave. I'm making sure they don't leave. Good. If you do leave, make sure to leave a like.
Please leave a like.
You can
Please
only
make sure
can
to-
only leave if you hit the like button.
That's-
Otherwise, we're coming for you.
That's the toll you have to pay.
There'll be a curse put upon you.
Watch out.
You will have bad time comicking. Yeah, the bad time comicking curse, and it can be undone if you leave a like. If you leave a dislike, yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
It's called leaving a like for a reason. Exactly.
Yes. Also,
Leave a like or you'll go to hell.
damn. I was gonna say, if you like the content, please subscribe.
So,
Sick, thanks.
so if I never leave, then you want me to dislike?
That's
That's blackmail. I'm sorry.
It's not blackmail. It's just a threat.
Yeah, it's true. I'm good pals with the boy Satan. He's my boy. I was born with that curse.
Me puns, bones, hell. Hellfire.
They're holding us hostage. Yeah. Your souls are mine. Subscribe if you want to give me your soul.
Subscribe if you want to live deliciously.
Subscribe if you are.
I subscribe, therefore I am.
Bones was the devil all along. It woo woo. Oh whoa, Satan. Nuzzles.
Oh my god.
Guys, I finished drawing my first spaceship and it looks a bit like a boiled egg. I am very proud.
So proud. We love it.
Creating fictional languages don't. I don't know. Conlang is not my specialty.
No.
Just look up Conlang. There's like a whole world of it. I've been subscribed. Did you already take my soul? If you want me to. Cursed. I'm incredibly proud. You can name it egg. Boiled egg is amazing. What does a boiled egg look like that a other egg doesn't? Question. Isn't just an egg? Does a boiled egg not look like an egg? Right? Am I wrong? Boiled eggs look just like raw eggs. But without
retained shape.
shell. Without shell. Yeah, exactly. So is it like no,
Cut in half.
boiled egg not go splat. Yeah, but like a spaceship needs like a hard shell. You know?
The inside
Unless
can
it's
be
like
gooey.
a goob. Yeah. The gooey inside is the pilots.
Oh no.
It's like an egg, but a little bit squishy. Okay, it's a squishy spaceship. That's okay.
Okay. Fair.
Any advice on how to optimize your work and schedule when you're writing and drawing a comic? I do have advice, and you'll have to get me next time
Oh damn.
to ask more
Cliffhanger.
advice. I'm sure Slick can slice those answers up into some videos.
I think I could.
Yeah.
Could do some
Got some
little-
content for you.
We made it. We made content, guys. You helped.
Yeah.
All I know is egg.
I don't know if we should start hiding the live streams after we're done posting them
I don't know.
so that our like feed looks normal, and then have like a playlist where all our live
Oh.
streams go on to.
That might be good. Like unlist them or whatever.
Yeah, unlist them. That's what I
Alright.
mean.
Could do that.
Because then we just have like a little, you click on the live stream, and then after it's go on list, and then you guys can go rewatch the entire live stream if you want, and then we'll put like the highlights up on the show.
I think we could do that.
Amy, you're poor chompers. To be honest, I really thought I liked English class until this year.
Oh,
Ugh,
no.
been there. Maybe make a second channel? Ugh, no. Pain.
I thought you were talking about the Amy from our comic who doesn't have a jaw.
Oh!
I was like, what?
I've given up on teeth. Yeah, I probably wouldn't make a second channel. I just hide the
Yeah.
live streams.
Then people can find them if they want them.
Yeah, because they're kind of niche for people to find.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see what we do.
I guess you could also link to the full stream in the videos.
True.
I don't know. I don't know how these things work. I
know.
know this is what stream channels do, though.
Dang. Okay. We'll
Okay.
figure it out. Oh my gosh.
2021 is gonna be no one's year. It's our year. Together.
Together.
We will hold it
Let's
as
do it.
one.
Yes.
All right,
All right.
pals. Leave a dislike if you want me to cry tonight. Okay.
And if you don't want that curse, make sure to like.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye.